All right, here we go. It is that time of year for a Nordstrom Anniversary Sale. And I'm trying to look at it a little bit different this year. So that kind of brings in a whole new way of doing all of the Nordstrom videos I typically do. Typically, I go through and create a wish list similar to what I did this year. And today in this video, we are going to walk through all of the items on my wish list and why I have chosen them. I am trying to be much more intentional on the purchases that I make and why I purchase them. So with the new way that Nordstrom is doing this, with creating a sale preview ahead of time, and you can then create a wish list, it makes it much easier for me personally not to do that instant gratification where it used to be, it launched, you tried to go through everything, put it in your bag and then check out. It was that rush feeling. Now I go through, I create the wish list last week when it came out. I did a video last week and I was like, I haven't seen the preview. It was because I recorded before it went live. It went live, I think it was 12 p.m. instead of a.m. I kind of misunderstood that. So when I saw it go live, I went through, I did not do any filters other than women. That was it. And I went through all 80 something odd pages one by one and went through all of them. Thought it was going to take me longer than it did. I think it was easier than normal for a few reasons. One, because I found this year I didn't feel as if there were quite as many trendy items. There were still trendy items. However, there were not quite as many as there had been in years past. We used to see tons of cardigans and sweaters and things like that, where I'm still seeing the sweaters. I'm not seeing that overload of cardigans and booties and things like that. There are still those items, but I did not find nearly as many booties this year and cardigans as I have in years past, which is great because realistically, I personally don't need that in my wardrobe. That is not somewhere where I feel like I have a hole in my wardrobe. There were a few shoe trends, a couple changes in some jean trends, a couple changes through some styles and colors that are in for this year. And some of those are, there was a lot of red, there was a lot of stripes, specifically kind of in tops more so. For shoes, there were many more your kitten heel and more of your flat slingback style of shoes. So those are some of the ones that I saw kind of right away as things that were newer to the sale this year. There was a lot of plaid kind of making a comeback, which I feel is more of a nod with Nordstrom to more of a classic feel. Now, with that being said, keep in mind, I am trying to, after I created my wish list, then go back and think about my 3 words, which are comfortable, effortless, and chic. And I ask myself, do these fit into those categories for me personally? You may look at something I chose and be like, oh, that's not a classic, but for me, it may feel like it is. So you have to take each of these things as your own. So I think my next video I'm going to do this time for Nordstrom Anniversary is I think I am going to today go through all of my wish list items. And then my next video, I think when the sale is live, is I am going to actually go through, again, all 83 pages and tell you items that I already own and tell you what I think of them or have thought of them after I purchased them. Did I keep them? Did I wear them again? Will I continue to wear them? Those are all things that I think will help you guys kind of when you're looking at items, what the true piece is like, kind of like an empties video. Please, when you are looking at this, think of your own budget. I also have a tendency to, like a coat, I may pick 3 different styles of a coat in my initial order or my wish list. And then when I get them in, I decide which one fits me best, suits me best, works best for what I'm looking for long term. I know with the anniversary sale, it is hard. We all get that feeling of FOMO. We feel like we're gonna miss out if we don't purchase. So just don't go overboard if you don't have the means available. Anniversary sale dates, I will list in right here. Keep in mind, the first tier is if you spend $15,000 or more is Icon, it opens up first. The second day is Ambassador, and then I think the one after that it's called Influencer, or they changed the names a couple years ago, so I forget. And then it will remain open for all card holders, and then it will open to the public. So all of those things are key dates to keep in mind. Once I get my order in, I will also be doing a try-on video. I feel like in the past it was continuous try-on video after try-on video after try-on video, because I was chasing the trends. I was trying to find things, or when I saw someone talking about it, I felt like I needed it, I would purchase it. Sometimes I would get it and love it, sometimes I would get it and hate it. However, I am trying to look at this a little bit differently this year. So I'm kind of going to be doing my videos a little bit differently. It's not going to be as many try-on videos. So if you enjoy this style of video, don't forget to follow along here. So let's talk about my wish list for Nordstrom Anniversary Sale 2024. I'm going to try and do this kind of by categories so I can run through and tell you what items I'm kind of looking at in each category. Now in my wish list this year, I have 26 items. Now I will say of that 26, I think about 7 of them are either beauty or like socks or items that I am repurchasing. So keep that part in mind, and I will tell you what those items are as I get through them. First, let's talk about coats. I do have 3 coats that I'm looking at and 1 blazer. Now, please keep in mind, again, with these things, I have changed my whole outlook on how I am purchasing. I am not purchasing necessarily the trendy item, like I mentioned. So some of these items are pricier and are more expensive, because I have personally learned what works for me is finding a piece that I really truly love, that I'm gonna wear year after year, and I can show you guys similar items. However, they might not be the most cost-effective piece, because I am looking for a piece that will last me for quite some time. So the first jacket that I am considering is from Ralph Lauren, and I already have a black, I would say, pea coat about knee length on myself that has a faux leather collar and faux leather trim that I have worn for the last 2 or 3 years. And I have been on the hunt for quite some time for a great camel colored one. I bought one from J. Crew that I've used for quite a few years. I think I had one from Old Navy. And last year I tried to purchase one from Reese that everyone loved, and it just didn't sit right on me. So the one I'm looking at this year is from Ralph Lauren. It is a wool belted coat. It is longer than the black one that I already own. I'm a little bit concerned about the color in the photo. However, that doesn't always run true. That is why I'm going to pick this item up and see what I think of it in person. In the photo, it looks a little bit too olivey. I want something a little bit more on the caramel tone. So we'll see when I get that in, but it definitely could be a beautiful coat, and I'm interested in seeing it. The other longer coat that I'm looking at is one from a brand called Phillies, I think it is. I always forget how to say that correctly. It is a denim jacket that is knee length, could in the photo, could be longer on me. And I am 5'6", so keep that part in mind. And it is single-breasted. I did see one that was double-breasted as well, but I feel like the single-breasted feel can give me that same feel, that same kind of love that I have for a denim shorter coat in through that spring, summer, a little bit into fall. This might be something that I can also then transition into winter. So I'm excited to see how that looks, but it could go either way. I could either love it or hate it. Then I also saw a coat that seems to be between the hip and the knee length from Sam Edelman, and is a tweed coat. I love the look of a tweed coat. Very, very, very classic, very effortless looking. It can really dress an outfit up. Again, it is single-breasted. I don't mind a double-breasted, but as a larger chested girl, I have learned over the years that a single-breasted does tend to work a little bit better on me. I do have a trench coat and a longer gray coat that are double-breasted, but it's the cut of them that works on me, if that makes sense. So this tweed coat could be a great piece. It's that gray tone. You can wear it so many different ways, and it could really elevate a look. Now, the last item that isn't a coat but is a blazer is from Veronica Beard. Now, I own a Veronica Beard black scuba blazer. I own a bunch of Dickies. I have a sweater from them. I have a pair of shoes that I recently picked up from them. They are a great brand. I love their quality. It's absolutely amazing. So when I saw this plaid jacket, and it is a Dickie one, I can use the Dickies I already have from my scuba blazer inside of this one as well. This plaid is just beautiful. I love the collar detail to it. It looks like it stands up a little bit. I just have been on the hunt for a good plaid blazer. I talked about this, I think, during my, I want to say it was my winter or my spring capsule. I've been on the hunt for one. Now this one might be a little bit too heavy of a material to use through spring, but it could be great for fall, winter, and so on. So we'll see. I'm excited to get that one in and try. Keep in mind, Veronica Beard is on the much pricier side, even when they're on sale. Next, let's talk about some tops or sweaters. Something I look for in a sweater or a top right now. I tend to want something that has a detail that makes it slightly different, but yet is not so much of a detail that it could date the item, so that this way it will be able to last me longer. I do personally love a puff sleeve. Either you love it or you hate it. So that is one that you will hear me talking about. I do like a little bit of a ruffle detail or something different. But again, as I get these in, the key things will be, is it comfortable? Is it effortless? And is it chic when I put it on? And can I create outfits that also emulate those words? Now, the first item is from a brand, Frame. Frame, again, is like Veronica Beard. It is pricier. However, a few years ago during Anniversary Sale, I purchased my first item from Frame, and it was a black satin ruffled button-down sleeveless top that I love. I have worn it so many times. I have gotten my money's worth 10 times over out of it, and I just love it. So this year I saw a similar one with a sleeve in this beautiful kind of raspberry color. It is a little bit of a puff sleeve to it. Again, it is a splurge item, but it is, when it is on sale, a little bit more feasible for me. However, it is on the pricey side. I am struggling with this one, but I love the look of it so much. This next brand is new to me, and I'm gonna have to put the name down here because I have no idea how to say it. However, it is sleeveless, but it goes right over the shoulder. It is supposed to be a t-shirt with a rhinestone detail. Now, when I get that in, because this is a pricey item, I will have to see the quality of this. Is the t-shirt see-through? Is it too thin? How do I have to care for this? How are the rhinestones attached? This one is one that I'm kind of on the fence about. So let me know what your thoughts are. Again, it is on the pricey side, and that is a lot of why I'm struggling with it. But if I get it in and I truly love it and I will wear it time and time again, it will be worth it. So some of these pieces, like the last one I talked about, could be an item that I could wear now in the summer and transition in through the fall. I will say that I feel like Nordstrom did a better job this year of kind of incorporating in some items that you could wear currently, not just waiting until fall or getting them in and they sit in your closet until then. This next item is an item that I don't think I would wear as much in the summer, but it definitely will be one for the fall, from Vince Camuto, and it is a metallic material flutter sleeve t-shirt. I think this would be so fun with a pair of faux leather pants, with a pair of jeans. It's just such a neat little twist on a classic. Now, Vince Camuto is at a great price point. They're typically, when they're on sale, in the $50 to $60 range. Their pieces are very well made and last me for years. And so this is a brand that I do tend to like. However, the only thing I will note about them, anytime they do a satin top, I don't like their white or cream color because it's not a true white, it's more of an eggshell, and that doesn't always work well on my skin tone. Another top that I'm looking at is also from the brand Veronica Beard. As I mentioned, I do love this brand. It is a black long sleeve, kind of a little bit of a puff sleeve, but not at the shoulder. Top, it is a mixed media, which usually means that it is two different materials. I can't tell from the photos, and I probably need to go in and read it to see what those two materials are. Next up is a sweater. This is, I think, really the only true sweater I found. I have a lot of sweaters that I already love, so I don't feel as much of a need for that. This is from the brand Rails, and it is an eyelet sleeve. So that means it has that eyelet detail all the way through the sleeve. Now again, this color could pull a little bit too yellow eggshell on me, but we'll have to see when I get it in. Rails is a brand I have used, worn, and had for years that I love. Again, a little bit on the pricier side. When I can get these brands on sale, it is a great time to try them out or pick them up. Another item from Frame, it is a ruched sleeve, short sleeve, cashmere and wool sweater. I love a short sleeve cashmere sweater. So this one is kind of in that same raspberry color of the very first shirt I talked about. It is one that I'm struggling with too. It is just like right over that price point that I'm comfortable with, but I also would hate to not get it in and try it on, because when I try it on, I can say to myself, is this worth the money or no? Because if it's not comfortable or it's not soft, I'm not going to wear it. So I won't know sometimes with a cashmere wool blend until I get it in. Now, I do want to say too, I talked about puff sleeves. I do have one more shirt. I forgot about this. I have talked about puff sleeves and I like that detail. Either you do or don't. That Frame one that I'm talking about that is more of a sweater material is great. However, I also found one top on the sale from the brand One State, and it is a ribbed puff sleeve t-shirt. It does come in a few different colors. I think it was white, coral, black, and gray maybe. And I think I'm gonna pick up the white one because it would be a short sleeve version of that Free People top that I love and wear consistently. Jeans, pants, things like that. Let's talk about those next. I have one pair of jeans on my wish list. I had mentioned in my last video that there was a pair of, is it Mother or Frame? I think it was Mother. I am looking for a lighter washed, wide leg jean. And I had seen a pair from Mother and I really love them, but they're not on the sale. I was hoping they would be. And there's a pair from, I think it was either AG or Page, that are darker wash in the cut that I like. However, I don't want a dark colored pair. So I had put them on my wish list and then I removed them. I also saw a pair from Good American, which was a darker shade again. I like the idea of this, but I'm looking for a light wash. So I had to stop and think and edit myself with that. So the pair that I found that was a lighter wash is from the brand Page. I do like this brand as well. It is a wide leg with a raw hem to it. And it is a high waist jean, which is something that I tend to gravitate towards. So I am going to get this one in and see how it goes. If I don't love it, I may just buy the ones from Mother because I keep going back to them. And then as far as pants, I also saw this pair of pants and something about it, it is so not normally me, but something about it I am drawn to. And if I am drawn to something like this and keep going back and looking at it, I think to myself, I should give it a shot and at least try it on to make the decision. It is from the brand Halogen, which is a great brand that is from Nordstrom. It's not crazy expensive, but this is a geometric printed wide leg pant. It is made from chiffon. It is very light and breezy. It's kind of a black and tan color. I have to get it in and see how easy it would be to style with other things and just if it really works for me on. I love the photo of it. I love the look of it, but I don't know if it's something that I will actually want to wear. As far as shoes, there was only one pair of shoes in all of the shoes that I looked at. From a brand called Vagabond. I don't own any shoes from them. They are a pointed toe sling back shoe in a gray color. It kind of looks a little distressed. It has these belt buckles on it, a little bit of edge to it. I do have a classic just pointed toe flat that is in a silver, but this gray just has enough of a difference to it. And I like the idea of the slingback. I would have loved to find it in a little bit of a kitten heel. I'm kind of torn on the kitten heel, to be honest with you, because I love the look of it when I see someone wearing it, but I remember wearing those in like the 80s or 90s. It must have been the 80s. And it doesn't feel very stable. I'd rather a stiletto if I'm gonna bother with a heel. So I'm a little bit torn on that. I am gonna go back and kind of look again to see if there's any kitten heels that I'm just like, maybe I'll give it a try, but we'll see. There were not any boots or booties that I felt the need for. Oh, I take that back. Sneakers. So first of all, New Balance. This sells out every year right away. I own this 327 sneaker in the, I think it's called the Sea Salt. It's kind of a black and tan. The one this year is a lighter one with a white end to it. It will definitely be a great summer sneaker. They are super, super comfortable sneakers. They are super, super comfortable sneakers. They are great for, it's like kind of an in-between. It's an athletic sneaker, but it also can be a fashion sneaker. So it's a nice balance in between. As far as athletic sneakers, my favorite sneakers for walking, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know I'm big into my walking now, is the Nike 270 Air Max, I think it's called. And I love them. I have now 3 pairs of them, and they have some new colors that are on the sale. So I'm going to pick them up in this kind of like white and seafoam blue. That was just the color that I was drawn to the most in them. The pair I wear the most is actually my white and black ones. I probably should just pick up a second pair of those at some point because I've washed mine so many times. I just throw them in the washer too, and they just clean up great. Let's talk, since we're talking about sneakers and athletic things, I did go through, as I mentioned, I will do a video next week on some of my favorites, but Zella high-waist live-in leggings or their 3/4 length leggings. Zella brand all around is one of my favorites, but there wasn't anything on the sale that I don't already own. However, last year I did find and really enjoy the Nike, I think it's called the Air Fit or Air Dry sports bra. The reason I like them is they have padding in them for coverage. They have great lift. However, the padding inside does not slip around, doesn't come out when you wash them. I know you're supposed to like hand wash them and probably air dry them or throw them in the washer and air dry them. I don't do it. I want to throw it in the washer and the dryer and not think about it. And so I really like that. So I am picking up another one of those. There also, as far as jewelry, is a John Hardy ring that I'm considering getting. I think I want it for my first finger on either hand. I have John Hardy pieces. I love John Hardy. It has a similar feel and style to David Yurman a little bit more of a mesh look to it. It is just a classic look to it. So I am considering that, but that will depend on what my whole budget ends up being towards the end. Another item that is newer to the sale, my favorite perfume, the Baccarat Rouge 540. Now they have some of the travel or trial sets of the different scents. There are 2 different sets available. So if you have wanted to try those perfumes, I might look into it and see what scents are in there and maybe give one of those a try. I have been using the 540 Excurate for 3 or 4 years now, consistently every day. I haven't touched another perfume since I started using it. However, this line is very expensive, so the fact that the set is on sale is great. As I mentioned, it's not 1 cent. It is a multitude of different scents. I think maybe 5 cents in there. And this brand hardly ever goes on sale. Let's talk about beauty. The only new beauty item, new being the key word, I have a lot of refills that I'm going to tell you about last. The newest one is from the brand Hourglass, and it is the lip liner and the lip kind of plumping balm. I have one on today. I have 2 different colors. I absolutely love them. They work as a gloss, they work alone, they have a tint to them, they have a little bit of plumping, not a stinging plumping, just like a little bit of like reflective property that gives you that plump look, and a lip liner. So I am going to pick that up this year. Now let's talk about purses, handbags, accessories. I have not worn a different pair of sunglasses in many years. There weren't any accessories or bags, but again, I have been finding that I am trying to use the bags that I already have, and I haven't felt the need. I have one on my wish list, but it is not one sold through Nordstrom that I'm just keeping my eye on and saving up for. And yet, however, there are a ton of handbags that are really great that are on the sale. There's a bunch of crossbodies. There's just so many different options. If you are looking for a handbag, this is a great time to buy them. Now, let's talk last part, kind of refills or repurchases that I'm going to be picking up during the anniversary sale. The first thing is my Bombas socks. I love these socks. I love the cushioned ones. They just give a little bit of extra something, but they're not too hot or too thick. I wear them every single day. So I have 3 different sets, just different colors on my wish list because I love them that much. You will not regret it. I absolutely love them. The next item, the rest of them are going to be beauty items, is my L'Occitane shower oil, I think it's called. It's a foaming shower oil. It is so great for moisturizing your skin. It comes in one container with a pump to it, and then it has a refill bottle. It used to be like a squeeze thing that you use to refill it. Now it's in a recycled bottle. I absolutely love this. I usually buy 2 of them and it gets me through the whole year. Then I am picking up the Coola sunblock. MJ loves this sunblock. Marty and I tend to be more sunbum people, but MJ loves the Coola one with an SPF of 50, the spray ones. So I am picking up a set of that. It comes in a set of 2. I probably will pick up 2 sets of that as well. Next up is the new Lash Serum. This is what I use on my eyes. It is all I have used for probably 4 to 5 years now, I want to say. I buy 1 set every year at Nordstrom Anniversary Sale. Typically, when you buy it at the anniversary sale, it is 2 of them for the price of 1. And typically that gets me through the full year. 1 tube for me generally lasts me about 6 months, and that's using it every single night. Next up, Donna Karan Cashmere Mist Deodorant, my all-time favorite deodorant. I have tried going to others, guys. Every single time I go back to this one. It is a set of 3 of them in there. It is great. I usually buy 2 boxes of them, and that usually gets me through the full year, and I usually have 1 extra that's in my travel that I have as well, because 1 stick, I guess it's called, lasts me, I want to say, a good month and a half. Again, using it once or twice every day. So those are all of the items on my wish list. That is all 26 of them. And as I mentioned, my next couple videos are going to be for the next month, probably for the most part. There'll be another one in here or there. Fairly exclusively Nordstrom Anniversary Sale. So if you are interested in that, please make sure you are subscribing and following along here with me. I will be showing items as I get them also over on my Instagram. I will be doing reels, I'll be doing stories, I'll be doing try-ons. I'll have a little bit of all of that over there before it hits YouTube here as well if you are interested. Keep in mind, again, make sure you go by your own budget, what you can afford, what works with your style. Do not just buy items that I'm talking about because you see me talking about them. Make sure they work for you. Make sure they work for what you are comfortable in so that you will wear it time and time again. If the items that I am talking about are out of your price range, please let me know if you would like to kind of maybe see a dupes video. I could maybe do something like that, kind of to give you a better idea of some options after we've gotten through anniversary sale. If you have an item that you are looking for, I would love to hear about that as well. And the next time you guys see me, I will have already placed my order, and some of you will already have been shopping as well. So I hope you have a great weekend and happy shopping.